Hey, everybody, how's it going? Um, we got a lot of locals here. Yay, I love local talent. Yay. A little bit about me. I was born and raised here in Vegas, and I realized once I got older how different childhood in Vegas is from growing up in other places. Good example is Halloween. Here in Vegas, Halloween is a holiday. I always thought it was because Vegas recognized how awesome a holiday Halloween is. Turns out that's not the case. It's because that's the day Nevada became a state, not because it's Halloween. You'd think Arizona would catch on to that, though, because Arizona's statehood day is February 14th, Valentine's Day, the day of love. As in, we love our states, we love open carry and concealed carry, and we love to shoot dumbasses. But back to Halloween. So my brother and I would go trick-or-treating, and we'd come home with our loot and our bounty, and we would separate it out and sort it, and we would add values to the various candies. Smarties are worth 5, Snickers worth 10, Reese's worth 25. And I learned at a very early age casino night. Blackjack, Texas Hold'em, 7-card stud. My mother never understood why I always had the better teeth. So I obviously learned that professional gambling was not in my future. So I had to come up with other avenues of employment. And being female in Vegas, looking for a night job, you would be surprised as to how hard it is to find employment to keep my clothes on. So I found a pedicab job, and for those of you that don't know what a pedicab is, it's the bicycle front end with the bench seat in the back, and my particular model could carry up to 600 pounds, and so whether that be a family of 6 Asians with a week full of luggage, or 2 Samoans with ice cream, either way, I could carry it, and so inevitably it would come around to where are you from? And I was born and raised in Vegas. And it was so funny because amazing how many people would ask me, which hotel did you grow up in? I answered the only way I could. I moved around a lot as a kid. With all the implosions and rebuilding and everything, it was just, I was always on the move. Awkward. But anybody have kids? Yeah. Parenthood. I have a daughter who just turned 13, and I tell you what, it's trying. But I've contributed to the population. I feel good about myself. I replaced myself in the world. And when I was pregnant, though, people would ask, and I love stupid questions, are you pregnant? And I would look at them, and I'd be like, no, I'm a host to a parasite. Amazing. Not many people wanted to touch the belly. So, growing up with my daughter, I learned early on that there's college funds. You could get grants and scholarships for college. But with me, my daughter's probably going to need a lot of therapy, and they don't offer scholarships for that. Good job. You're the most sick person we know. No. So I started, rather than a college fund with my daughter, I started a couch fund. And anytime I did something that I felt probably warped her in some way, I would tell myself, ching, there goes another contribution to the couch fund. For example, when she was little, cute little girl, wanted to play house. So I said, sure, baby. I grabbed my cane, popped some Vicodin, and started limping around, berating the stuffed animals and misdiagnosing them. She really didn't ask me to play house again. A little while later, she asked me if I wanted to have a tea party. And I was, oh, sure. So I dug through my closet, found a wig, dusted it off, plopped it on my head, gathered up the tea, and flushed it down the toilet. That wasn't her idea of a good time either. Ching, there goes that couch fund again. I actually had her convinced until she was 10. She's 13 now, but till she was 10, that when she was acting bad, depending on how bad she was acting, the number always changed. But she had 3 to 7 older siblings that didn't make it. And she would look at me and she'd say, how old were they, Mommy? I'd say, about your age. What happened? I ate them. Hansel and Gretel style. They were delicious. I'm hoping for better for you. She actually asked my fiance when she was 10, did my mom really have any older children? No. Oh, yeah, there went some couch fund. Life is funny. It hands you opportunities. Being here tonight is an opportunity. But you look through life as missed opportunities. And as you look back, one of the missed opportunities in my life was when I divorced my ex-husband, and a few months after the divorce, he actually called me and asked me how to spell our daughter's name so he could get it tattooed on his shoulder. I kick myself to this day when I told him how to spell it right. Such a missed opportunity. How do you spell it? Oh yeah, that's perfect. So another missed opportunity is, with children, we identify ourselves. We identify things, microphone, shirt, stage, man, woman, and then we place a name on ourselves, right? Mom, right? I'm mom. And from there it's mom, mother, mom. You're in a crowd and you hear somebody yell mom and 50 heads turn. I decided that was a missed opportunity because I should have had her call me wow. Get that? See what I did? I just turned it upside down. Wow, right? Because then you're in a crowded place, she yells out wow, and you get maybe 5 heads that turn. And imagine how cool it would be when she's like, wow, look at this. Wow, come here. Wow, can you help me? Wow, I hurt myself. And when people ask, why does she call you wow? Because she recognizes how awesome I am, right? Yeah. So it would probably be 2nd or 3rd grade when she looked around and said, why does everybody else call their wows mom? There goes that couch fund again. So, I've had a lot of different professions in my life. The pedicab. I was a supervisor in a 911 center for fire, rescue, and EMS for about 7 years, and had a lot of fun with that. People would actually call me and ask how long to bake their turkeys, when to stop feeding the hummingbirds. I actually looked that one up. You stop feeding them when you stop seeing them. I tested that theory one year. It was winter, and I had this male hummingbird that kept coming, and I kept putting food out until one morning I found him frozen on the ground. And I realized that, yes, that theory did work because he stopped coming around, so I stopped putting food out. People would call and ask, tell me that they fell. How far did you fall? All the way to the ground. Usually happens that way. I had my run-ins with plenty of police officers over through time, and I had one time when the cop pulled me over, and I love rowdy cars. I had an FJ with a Flowmaster on the end, and a stick shift, and a good car. And I'm sitting at the light, and I'm looking over, and I look up, and the light turns green, and I hit it 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And I look at my speedometer, I'm doing 50 and a 35, and I look in my side mirror, and the cop's pulling over. Woo! So I pull over, challenge accepted. So I pull over, and the cop comes up, little guy, can barely get to the window, and he looks at me, and he's steaming mad. He goes, did you realize you were doing 50 down Main? I said, yeah, when I hit 3rd. And he looked at me, and he's like, did you know what the speed limit is? And I'm like, yeah, 35. And he goes, you take off from the light. I can hear your exhaust over my radio in my radio traffic. What is that? I said, that is poor situational awareness. He goes, yes, it is. Like, I know, I just told you that. So he goes, I'm going to need to see your license, registration, and proof of insurance. I'm like, oh, okay. So I reach over to my glove box, and my dad was an insurance agent. And when I turned 16, he gave me a little plastic sleeve and has to put my information in it that has every single piece of information that has been in there ever since. And I can't find the insurance. And I'm looking, and I'm looking. And he's running my information at the moment, and he tells me, oh, Juliana, 2007 for speeding. I'm like, has it been that long? So I can't find my insurance card, and I tell him I can get him on the phone. And he's like, okay, fine, get him on the phone. So I'm dialing, and I'm dialing. I finally get to talk to somebody, and end up getting out of the ticket, even though I probably shouldn't have. But that's some of my stories. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.